Yo guys, what is up? It's your boy Rito here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today my boys, we're just gonna go over the Reaper nerf. Reaper is now nerfed to where instead of just basically going full power, you would need a decent amount of crit. How much crit? We're gonna go over that real soon. So anyways, there's some stuff that basically happened to the game. They brung out Curse Enter the Abyss, Grata hard mode, TR hard mode, Raven Fudge hard mode, Lily Keep hard mode. It's just a bunch of dungeons that you run pretty much back and forth, just a bunch of running. That's really annoying. There is no in-game dungeons. All this crap is easy. Anybody could basically run this junk. But on top of that, you only have 2 runs. Instead of 3 runs, it's now 2. But pretty much you get your hands on these boxes that gives you a decent amount of rewards, so it should be better than last time. I can't really explain it. You get 5 cores and Curse and throughout the biz. Grata hard mode is 4 cores, TR hard mode is 3 cores, Ravenfoot hard mode is 9 kais. So pretty much you could do a decent amount of farming. The rewards is basically double of what you basically get from before. The only downfall is that whenever you're doing the event shop for the NPC, you know, like every single month you could get your hands on 11,000 card EXP and these amount of rewards. Let's say I was to do Ravenous Gorge, you know, I can only get 4 tokens. I can only get 4 tokens from Ravenous Gorge per run. So if I do 4 runs of Ravenous Gorge, that's 16. But now it's been nerfed to where it's like I can only do 2 runs. But you do get, you know, some inroads and stuff, but it's just not gonna be. It's gonna be like a long farm for the event shop. Then on top of that, we have this new NPC right here, which you have to basically you have to dismantle the your gear. You basically level up your growth gear. So let me just say, I think all this stuff is basically rigged. I dismantled a level 30 chest and I got 1600. I got 1600 coins just by dismantling a level 30 chest, and I think that's absolutely stupid. Card EXP is 5,000. Stones is 10,000. So this means you need like a full level 35 gear. Just to get your hands on these freaking stones. Cards is 40, this and that. And I think that's lame. I think that's lame though. Here's what they want you to do, right? Let's see how much a level 35 is gonna give. 7,000. Level 35 give you 7,000. So let me do the math and total calculations. So if you have full 35 gear, 7, 14, 21, 28. So this means every 3 months, that's kind of enough to basically get your hands on 2 gems, 2 of these damn things. Damn, that really sucked. I could have got my hands on an extra one, but I accidentally deleted the gear. But anyways, other than that, I'm basically gonna have to get my hands on the card EXP. So anyways, right now we're gonna basically talk about the Reaper nerf, right? So anyways, assassination, right? Normally whenever you jump into assassination, you have 100% to basically guaranteed to basically crit, 100%. But now it says triple all skills chance to basically crit, and you have increased crit power by 5.0. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if they fixed the 5.0, so I'm not going to go over that. But the chance to crit, it's half of what you basically get by 100% crit. On top of that, I also need to basically set it to where on my gloves triple the crit factor, you know, because I need all my moves to pretty much crit. It kind of does suck, but I don't want to risk that, like, you know, I'm not gonna basically crit on these moves, you know. It's kind of garbage that I have to basically put these back, but I don't want to take no risks. So anyways, right? So this is how it pretty much goes. First of all, you need to get your hands on a level 7 stone. You need to get your hands on a level 7 stone. And if you could get your hands on at least 50 crit from cards, you could basically go full, you could still go full power, but you have to change some of your roles to crit, like, you know, increase power by 4 and increase crit factor. So in total, regardless, just by doing the casual, you know, the reason why I got the 10k card XP is because I need to upgrade my crit cards, right? So so anyways, right now I am sitting on 50 crit, but from my cards I can sit on a total of 70 crit. And I need all the crits I can basically get, so I don't have to turn most of my junk into power, as much as I really don't want to do that. I'm not gonna be able to. That's 6 crit factor right there. I'm not gonna be able to max out this card from like level 10, because you need like 6k card XP. But you know, as long as I could get my hands on half of what I could get, yes, I'm happy about it. I want we're gonna test the crit factor out right after I do this. Now the sad part is I need about 1300. I need about 1300. And I'll be sitting on 62 crit factor. So anyways, right? First, we're gonna activate our mount because of the food buff. We're gonna activate our mount for the food buff, and this is gonna put me at 166 crit, right? If I could basically max out the rest of my cards, I could be sitting on probably 175. The only thing I basically change in my build, is basically instead of having crit power, I will with crit factor. Power crit, you know, crit power right here. Change this into a crit factor. That's all I did. So if you have a level 7 stone, increase critical hit rate by 3 times. That's 30 crit factor right there. But also if you have cards as well, that's gonna help to basically prevent you to basically switch your jewelry set into basically, you know, crit. I don't want to risk all my power. I don't want to swap my jewelry set to basically crit. But as long as you have a 7 above stone, as long as you have a 7 above stone, and basically around 50 crit from cards, you basically get to stay full power. But you would need at least above above 170. Above 170. If you go with a mystic, you're good, bro. You're good. But if you go with a priest, you're gonna need a bit more crit than that. All assassination does is it gives you a high chance to basically crit, right? It gives you a high chance to basically crit. Like look at how many times I'm basically critting. You know? You're gonna at least see some blue numbers like that. That's some blue numbers. But I want to make sure all my stuff basically crit. That's what assassination is supposed to do now. You have a high chance to basically crit instead of 100% crit. But I want to make sure all my stuff somewhat crit. But I don't want to risk, like, you know, going like 300 crit factor or freaking junk. I had to sacrifice a lot of my junk, a lot of my power, a little bit, in order to basically you know, It's still bad though, and I need more crit. I really do need more crit. But what I'm actually trying to say is that um I'm trying to make a build where I can run with both priest, and mystic, you know. All right, now let's swap. Let's swap to whatchamacallit. Let's get the mystic build. So anyways, if you have a level 8 stone, you don't have to worry. you don't have to worry about you don't have to basically worry about going like even more crit if you have a level 8 stone, because that's 4% critical hit rate boost, which is 40. Level 9 is 6%, which is 60 crit factor, and level 10 is 100. If I had a level 10 stone right now, I will be sitting at I would be sitting at probably like 130. But anyways, this is with the crit. This is with the mystic buff, because mystics gives you a 60 crit factor. But when you run with a priest, that's a whole different story. It's a whole different story though when you run with a priest. As you can see, I'm somewhat 100% critting all the time. I'd say you need about probably like 250 regardless, but you know, I don't want to do all of that. I don't want to risk more power. Yeah, you would need at least around, it's gonna have to be at least around the 200 mark. But I can get more crit from cards though. But yeah. So now we're gonna go with a priest. And that's me sitting on 170 crit. So now we're gonna basically go with a priest now. If it wasn't for the level 7 stone and the crit cards, I would have to basically swap my jewelry from 24 power to 50 crit. But I don't want to lose 24,000 damage, you know. But it is possible to still have full power. Now this is what a priest. A priest just gives you more power. It doesn't really give you crit. So I'm sitting on my basic crit at the moment. I'm critting less. There's blue numbers. This tells me I need to be at least around 200. I need to be around at least 200. Because all assassination does is just helps you crit. I can make a little bit more changes. It does suck. It does suck though, but oh well. I'm so satisfied with this build. So as you can basically see, right? As you can pretty much see, like there's all types of stuff you can do. Like I could get rid of my 8 power. And I could swap it for 16. I could swap it for 16 crit. Or like I could do that. Like I could do that. That's already 30 crit factor. I could get rid of my 4 power. This right here, this crystal right here gives me 4 power, and I can swap it for I think it gives you 8. You get 8 crit factor. So that'd be like 8, 16, 24. But in total, regardless, you will be losing out on 14,000 damage. But then again, that would probably help out a lot because that is a total of 8, 16, that's 24, so that would put me up to pretty much 190 crit, but I'll lose 12,000 power. So at this point on, with this build, you just have to sacrifice a little tiny bit of your DPS while you can still go full power. One more time, I'm gonna say this again. If you don't have at least 50 crit factor, or a level 7 stone, you will need a ton of crit. Swapping your power for more crit. But yes, it is possible to still stay full power, but this is most likely an in-game thing. It's been your boy Rito. Peace out, my boys.